What's going on, everybody? Underneath the 2015 Chevrolet Sonic, just a couple tips. If you have a problem with your knock sensor, there's videos out there that are extremely long, removing insane parts, making it like one of the biggest repairs ever. This was so easy. First of all, there is a bracket. First thing you're going to look up when you're down here, you're going to look for where the intake manifold kind of connects to your main block engine here, where you would remove the oil. If you're doing an oil change, that's your main block here. And then you have an intake manifold. Do not remove that. I would not recommend it. But you can see there's going to be a little black, I'll show it here on the screen, a little black bracket, 2 bolts, very easy to get to. Inverse torque 10, I think. You'll figure it out. I think it's E10. Once you remove that, you'll have access. You'll see, if you look in there, you'll see what the what it looks like, which it looks like this. This is your knock sensor. The knock sensor is going to be connected to this. You're going to, undo that connection. It might be a little bit tough. Use a little screwdriver, get that connection, undo that connection. Undo this thing by squeezing it. You have to squeeze the 2 sides that are sticking out. You'll see, and it'll kind of pull out of here. It's kind of made to go into this this little harness here. The hardest thing to get to, you made a little extension for it, also an E10, to remove this entire, to get this thing loose here. It's still kind of going to hang here because it's still connected to the electrical connector. I mean, that's it. From underneath, you can do it all. The only tough part is that E10 bolt. One of the first ones you're going to have to remove, that actually removes the actual knock sensor. This part here, it's hard to get to, but if you use a wrench, it doesn't even have to be the right size. I know that's not traditionally suggested, but it's not on there very tight. You use the right size wrench that kind of fits in there and just loosen it a little bit. It'll loosen, and then you can go hand the rest of the way. There's no reason to take apart your entire engine and manifold and go insane for a huge job. But that's it. I'm able to get this out, and now the reverse is the installation. First thing I had to do here was try to connect this bracket. Get that 1 bolt in on the right where the bracket kind of slants in, which is right here. I mean, it's just really way in there. You can see this is the bracket, and it goes kind of downwards. There's a bolt in there. Kind of hard to get to. It's really hard. You have to kind of maneuver your left hand a little bit and just try to get it seated there. I haven't tightened it yet, but I got it in. And then the next thing is going to be to, of course, bolt down the actual knock sensor that goes into there. And then, of course, I'll tighten this bolt. It's none of this is easy, but compared to taking apart your entire and removing your entire manifold and going insane, I mean, it's worth a try to do it this way. Put this right underneath, and then we'll put the bracket back on. Now, as you can see, I've kind of got it started in place. So now I can tighten that bolt. Again, it's hard to get in there. Just like when taking it out, a wrench will fit over that. A 3/8 wrench fits very snugly, and it does the job. No reason to remove this whole manifold when you can get to it with a wrench. Okay? Okay, other than a that's for the bracket. Here it is. I've tightened this up. 3/8 wrench can stick in there, and it grips it very nicely. Doesn't damage anything, and it will be able to turn it. You can turn it almost hand tight, and just a little extra tightness with a 3/8 wrench, and it's good to go. Same thing with loosening it. It is not that bad. 3/8 wrench. Smaller one if you can. A little thinner little wrench will fit right in here. You don't need to have a big socket in here. Yeah, maybe this is an inverse torque socket fits this perfect. Maybe you can get an inverse torque wrench if you really want it to be a perfect fit. But 3/8 wrench, it feels like a perfect fit. And then other than that, the entire bracket is in place. And then over here, I just now got to tighten this. Can't really see it. There's a. Can we see it here? Yeah, right there. See that one's a little loose. Just gonna get a little extension and get in there with the E10 socket, tighten that, and it's good to go. Other than putting the bracket back on. Okay, so here it is installed. It's not easy. You got to kind of torque around. You got to work around. You got to be, it helps if you have a second person hold a flashlight, maybe help out a little bit. But it can be done. There it is. Didn't have to take apart anything. Just this little bracket that actually I'm about to put back on. The bracket connects to this. Connects the, this is the kind of the mounting bolt that connects the, this here, manifold to the engine block. So I'm going to put that back on and we'll be freaking rock and rolling.